1288, taxi Echo to Bravo, Echo Bravo,
The following program comes to you in color.
Welcome in to Runway DFW After Dark for this Tuesday, June the 4th, 2024. Walt here with you from DFW Founders Plaza for another evening of aviation activities. Hope you can hang out with us for a while. If you're a subscriber, you can join in on the chat. If not, it's free to subscribe, so give it a try. We'll have all the usual lineup of stuff tonight. Maybe some surprises, who knows, on Runway DFW After Dark. So, welcome. I'm glad you could come by. Just getting all the final things set up here. So let me scope out what we got going. Okay, we got flight 1582 American Airlines. It's an Airbus A321neo. It will be coming in from the north, more specifically from Los Angeles. You may have seen there in the distance the king of all aircraft, the Airbus A380, British Airways Speedbird. See if we can zero in on that here. There it is. Parked over at Terminal D. It will be going out during our broadcast tonight. Let's say hello to everyone.
1582, taxi Echo to Bravo, hold 7 runway 18 left.
I see our mod Beaker and Honeydew in the chat. Hello to you. Ronnie Johansson says, YW, everyone. What does that stand for? I'm not hip to all these abbreviations. We have a super chat. Oh, there's Ronnie Johansson with a $2 super chat. Good afternoon, Walt, from Northeast Kansas. Yeah, I know it does seem weird that we're calling it after dark when the sun doesn't set for another hour here, and then it will start to get dark. So I don't know. Maybe I need to come up with a better name for this time slot. Scoobers1 says hello, Walt. Hello to you. Josh Aldrich, channel member and moderator, says hello, everybody. Feathers and Flaps loves the intro. Thank you. Raina Taylor says, Walt got to film me departing from DFW. I was on a United Airlines flight. I did do that. Lindia Sanders says hello from Mississippi. And Beaker and Honeydew says we've got South Flow today, so get ready for a great show. Well, I hope it is. And here's Raina saying, today's my anniversary when I got to go to the Special Olympics USA Games in Orlando 2 years ago. I remember that. And Raina, of course, is our reigning Runway DFW champion, equestrian champion, I should say, Special Olympics champion. So always good to see Raina there. She's a quad jet member. Let's see, what do we have here? We've got that's American Flight 132. It's going to Dublin. It's a 777 200 ER. So, and it looks like it's going the wrong way now, but it'll turn around and then we'll see it going in the right direction to Europe. Winging It says hello, everyone. Captain Shark with a $2 super chat. Hello from San Diego. Hello to you, Captain Shark. Thank you for coming on with us tonight. I guess somehow I've enabled some new look to our super chat notifications. I don't know. I'll have to look at that. I play around with this stuff all the time, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Here we are at Founders Plaza. You see all sorts of folks there sitting on the picnic bench. And that's a look to the west, where the sun is getting ready to go down in about an hour. That Dublin-bound plane is inching its way to the starting gate. We've got probably a dozen or more planes getting ready to go out. And that is soon to include, not this one. We should see some MD-11 action tonight over at UPS, but here's the one of two Qatar A350-1000s. This is going to Doha to its home base. And I can't yet tell if it is destined to go out on this side of the airport. It's pretty busy. He's pretty busy for a Tuesday night. Let me just say that. The average delay right now, as far as departures go, is about 30 minutes. But there's no delay, or a very short delay, about 5 minutes as far as arrivals go. So let's see here. We've got a flight coming in from San Francisco. Let's check that out. It's an Airbus A321, flight 2387. You saw some birds go through the frame there. Not something pilots want to see. As you can see on the screen, 90 degrees Fahrenheit here at the big airport. The aircraft now getting ready to blast off is flight 2597. It's a 737-800. It's going to Burbank, California. Beautiful downtown Burbank. You may also detect a bit of wind in the air this evening. It's about 15 mile an hour breeze from the south, southeast. Is that right? Yeah, pretty much from the south. 18 miles an hour, it says here on the official airport weather. Looking towards the east tower there, and once again, it's a very hazy evening here at DFW, and any glimpse of downtown is, well, we're not going to see too much of it. So it does look as though we're going to get to see the mighty Qatari A350-1000 depart from over here on 18 left. Looks like the American flight to Dublin will go out before it. But right now, on the starting line is American Flight 1771 to Las Vegas, 737-800. It's got a little puddle jumper over there. Is that the Saab? That is the Saab 340B. I have no other information. It's an Ameriflight cargo twin prop. They don't have a destination for it, however. Yonder we see an incoming flight from Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's American flight number 9. Number 9. Marco Celli, channel member, says, "Hi, Walt." M. Mick says, "Howdy, Walt from Garland." Hello there. Hello there. Chris Capulu says, I hope I pronounced that right, BA A380 should be pushing very soon. Yes, we anticipate that. Esther wants to know how long of a flight is to Dublin. I'd say, what, about 9 or 10 hours? And speaking of the A380, there it is. It has been pushed back from its gate. New subscriber by the name of Channing Ewing. Lonnie Johansson with a $2 super chat. I saw the American Airlines TWA livery in Los Angeles yesterday. Gets around. I always like seeing that one. Patrick Angadi says hello from Orange, Virginia. Super to see you here. And Donnie White with some very kind words for Runway DFW. Thank you for that. So everything seems, I don't know, so things seem to be at a standstill here as far as departures go. There is a conglomeration of aircraft poised to depart. Arya's World wants to know, is the A380 going to London? Well, that is the stated destination. You never know when, you know, weather can get in the way or whatever, but that's where it should be going. Esther with a not very, I guess she doesn't like Paris. I guess we'll say that. To each one's own. I've never been, so I can't really say. Breadstick says hello from Frisco, which is, of course, is a Dallas suburb in the vicinity. Here we are, speaking to you direct from Founders Plaza. MR Rice checks in with the flight time to Dublin, 8 hours and 55 minutes. So, okay. We have a UPS A300 getting ready to push back. And there are currently 3 MD-11 tri-jets over there. We saw one come in as we were arriving, because as we were setting up, and I looked over there and there were only 2, and I thought, uh-oh, are they diminishing the number of MD-11s? Have they retired? More of them, but that's about how many we've been normally seeing here on a weekday evening. Here comes American Flight 584 from Tucson, Arizona. It's an Airbus A321. I think we've got the Dublin-bound A777 making the turn. There it is. It's getting ready to depart for Dublin. I was scheduled to leave at 6:45, so it's about an hour late, a little more. I see a couple of new members chiming in, and that can often mean that somebody has gifted some membership, so I'm going to have to check that out here in a second. Welcome to our new members, and thank you to the donee. I think that's the right way to say it. If you're a donor, oh no, a donee is the person who receives it. A donor is the person who gives it. So thank you to the generous donor of those memberships, and that person goes by the name of, let me find it here, looks like Steve Lundaby. Steve Lundaby gifting 10 Runway DFW memberships. Thank you so much, Steve. Steve must have given about 11 billion Runway DFW memberships during his tenure here. So thank you for that, Steve. And welcome again to all of our new members. So the Qatar A350-1000 on the move. Here's the general look towards the east at here at Founders Plaza. Once again, this flight to Doha is one of the longest flights you can take from here at DFW.
Departure with the American 1024. American 1892, taxi Alpha, hold for the runway when you're ready.
Abraham says, greetings, Walt and DFW family. Esther queries whether anyone flies or does anyone have to chew something when taking off or landing. I know I've heard of people who have to do that to relieve the pressure on the ears. I don't fly that often, but I've never had to do that. Sometimes I have to yawn. That gets rid of the pressure. The plane that just landed was American Flight 2169 from Salt Lake City in Utah. And as you can see there, that's the British Airways A380 Speedbird beginning its journey to London Heathrow Airport. This is American Flight 1207. It's going to Tucson, Arizona. It's an Airbus A321. Taking off in the late afternoon light here at DFW Airport. We're just a few days away now, about 15 days away from the longest day of the year and the official beginning of summer. arriving from Seattle. American flight 727. Not even a Boeing aircraft, it's an Airbus A321. But it's flight 727. Of course, that may be I guess, that's kind of a backhanded tribute to Boeing, because it's going to the home of Boeing, but I don't know, it's weird. Well, you may have seen it over there. That is a Boeing Dreamliner. That one's going to Los Angeles. That's flight 1641, a 787-8 Dreamliner, which is in line along with the big A350-1000. So the A350-1000 is now rolling on its way. The Los Angeles-bound Dreamliner is now next in line, so we've got two Heavies in a row. I see in the chat Warren from Woz Radio. Here he is. Hello, Walt Mods and friends from Sydney. Great to be with you. Hello there, Warren. Happy to have you with us on what, for you, I guess, is a Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. I'll never figure out these time zone things. Let's see what my clock tells me. In Sydney, it's 10:59 a.m., so just before 11 a.m. there. In Sydney, beautiful Sydney. So here goes flight 1641 off to the City of Angels. On Runway DFW as we say hello to you at the top of the hour. 8 o'clock to be specific in the Central Time Zone of the USA. There's another large plane there. The biggest of the big planes, the king of the skies. We'll see that going out in just a minute or two. I don't know how long. Wow, is my viewfinder dim? I've got to figure out a way to brighten it up. I reset the software on this camera, or updated the firmware, I guess I should be more specific, and doesn't look the way it used to. Hey, look at this. It's the special livery, the America West special livery of American Airlines. This is Flight 1217. It's going to Denver. Did I say Flight 1217? Yes, it's an Airbus A321. Whoa. That's the wind for you. It's a 10-year-old plane. Painted in the colors of the airline that technically took over American Airlines, but they then took the name of American Airlines. Kevin Kelly, channel member, says, good evening, Walt. Are you ready for some heavies tonight? Oh, yes. Aviation Geek, checking in. Hello, Walt and everyone. So let me do a little quick figuring here. So once again, I got this camera, Sony A7S3. Sony A7S3 screen brightness. Menu setup, monitor brightness. Okay, bear with me for a second. Well, that's not very helpful. Display. Monitor brightness. Sunny weather. That's a little better. Okay, sorry. I know you didn't see any of that, but I was trying to get my view screen here so that I could see a little better. It was kind of dim. Now that's better. And there's the King of the Skies pulling into our view. And yeah, it's coming closer to us than it has in recent weeks. I think the last time we were here, last time we saw it, it did come up to see us here at the top of 18 left. But for about a month or more before that, it had been taking off from the short T on 18 left, so we didn't get as close a look at it. This is flight 192. It's a 10-year-old A380. Serial number 148, it says here. I see our old pal, who I've never met in person, but I feel like I know him, like a brother. We're talking about Kevin of Wellington Flights Live is in the chat, so feel free to reach out to him. Kevin is just back from, where was it? Nelson, I believe? Nelson, New Zealand, for the first time. Blue Dragon Who says, hi guys, jumping over from AVL. So I guess, well, I hope that, seems like about the time that Kevin of Airline Videos Live would have finished up his special broadcast from what he's been calling Plane Spotter's Paradise. Great location there at LAX. Robert Miner wants to know if I can keep an eye out for American 2078. Well, there's a lot of planes and a lot of flight numbers here, so I'll do my best. It would help if I knew where it was going, because that kind of gives a clue. There's O'Malley, channel member and moderator, says, oh, hi. Tiki Life in SoCal, who's a channel member here, says just came over from AVL also. So we welcome all of our AVL pals. Mary Extraordinaire says, hey, Walt, how are you? I'm glad you're okay. I am indeed. I'm okay. Arias World wants to know, is the A380 the biggest airplane that flies to DFW? And the answer is yes. I don't know if there's any military cargo planes that that are bigger than it, but it certainly is the biggest passenger plane that flies here. We lost it for a second because the tripod got blown around in the breeze here. James Tocchini, a channel member up there in Denton, Texas, says, good evening all, getting hot again. I think we need more rain. But once again, you see the temperature there on the screen. It's 89 degrees Fahrenheit, but really not too bad. It's kind of muggy, I will say, but the breeze kind of makes up for it. I guess if it was a still evening here, it would be a little more oppressive, but got no complaints. Just to remind you, you're watching Runway DFW After Dark. I always like to play music when I do that. Just after 8 o'clock here, well, it's 8:09. On this Tuesday, the June number 4 of 2024. So we got that business out of the way. Again, if you're coming to us from another channel, we welcome you. We've got another heavy going out here. Not as heavy as the A380, but this is the biggest Dreamliner that American flies. It's a 7879. It is going to Sao Paulo, Brazil, down there in South America.
American Local 8, Lima Lima, cross runway 1 left, short of runway 1 right. Cross 1 left, short of 1 right, looks like. American 2264, cross runway 1 left, over the bridge, center ground 20. Cross 1 left. American 963 Heavy, number 20. American 963 Right level 8 Lima Lima, continue cross on line 1 right, back to the ramp. Cross 1 right, turn to the ramp, local 8 Lima Lima.
Ron C. says American Flight 2078 scheduled to arrive 9:21 from Sacramento. Okay. Well, that gives me a little bit of help in that regard. You're about to see go through your screen right here, the big A380, and then we'll follow it along with camera number 1 on Runway DFW. Well, I thought it was going to enter that shot. MK Aviation says, Walt, will you be at DFW tomorrow? I don't think I shall. No. Cloudy Sayers, a channel member, says, thanks, Walt, for keeping your eyes on BA 192. Hope all is well. Greetings from Flower Mound. Haven't seen Cloudy in a while. You can find her on what is it? On the socials as AA Pilot Wife. And she's big on Instagram. AA Pilot Wife. She's got very entertaining posts. Always like to promote our friends who have other social media accounts of note. We've got A-list flyer Chris here, who's got a great channel here on YouTube. The Random Spotter, also with entertaining content. So there goes the large aircraft. We lost it. So we can get it vectoring here. Rebecca Lee says, hello, Walt and all. Glad to be here, and also coming from AVL. You guys just can't get enough airplanes, can you, today? But I'm glad you're here with us here in flyover country. There is a Delta Airbus A319 going to Salt Lake City. It's a 20-year-old aircraft. Flight 1429. Uncle Plane Guy says, hey, Walt, can't wait to hear the jingles. Well, yeah, this one just missed the cut here. But I think once we get into cargo territory, we'll hear some more jingles. Crooked Halo says, I highly encourage you to go to the departure end of runway 18 and watch this A380 take off. Its climb is very shallow. It's so close overhead, and it's an awesome experience. Yeah, I've never been. There's no official place down there for me to set up. I may just go down there and watch it someday. You know, just pull over and watch it. But this is the only official public plane spotting spot here at DFW Airport. But it's a very nice one, and we thank DFW Airport for providing us with this opportunity. Because, as I understand it, not all airports have anything like this. Now, we're not quite as close into the action as Kevin gets at Plane Spotter's Paradise there at LAX. That seems to be just a crazy good place to watch planes. American Flight 1687 is going to Eugene, Oregon. That's next, but I think we're going to move over here and look at United Flight 1450, which is coming in from Denver. It's an Airbus A320. And you think, does that qualify for a jingle? But no. It's born in the year 2002, so it's 21 years old. Got to be a 20th century plane to qualify for a jingle around these parts. Let's see, am I missing things here? DFW Railfan Productions celebrating 2 months of membership. Glad to be a member for 2 months. How are you? I am good. Thank you for your support of this channel. DFW Railfan Productions. That's Alaska Airlines there, as you can see. I don't have to tell you that. Local Plane Guy says Wellington flight's live starting in 4 hours, so that may well coincide with our finale. Well, actually, we'll probably be done before that, but I'm glad to know I won't be interfering with those of you who want to check that out. This Alaska Airlines aeroplane is Flight 575. It's going to Seattle. It's a 737-9. Will we see any 747s tonight? I thought on Jet Tip it showed a UPS 747 in the mix, but I haven't seen it unless it left before I got here. Here we are having a party at DFW Founders Plaza. We have a membership notification here. Just Plains Crazy says, good evening from Euless, following along from the front porch. Kevin Kelly celebrating 4 months of membership. Will you be making up your trip to San Antonio? I haven't had a chance to consider that because some of you know we had a bit of a weather kerfuffle at the Runway DFW ranch, and had somebody in today to look at yesterday we had the insurance inspector come in and said, yeah, you need a new roof. And we had a roof guy come in today and say, yeah, you need a new roof. So we got to get a new roof. So I can't really tear myself away from construction or home improvement supervision at the moment. MMC says, Walt, do you remember Founders Plaza used to be on the southwest side of the airport? I remember watching many Delta aircraft back in the day. Well, yeah, Delta used to have a hub here, so they were, you would have seen a lot of Delta aircraft back in the day. But no, I wasn't aware of that. I've been here since 1980 in the Dallas area, and the airport opened in 1975. So, but I wasn't, really into plane spotting back then. There's our friend Kevin celebrating 13 months of membership from Wellington Flights Live. He says thank you. I say thank you to you, Kevin. And if you haven't already, I'm sure most of you have, but be sure to check out his channel for that special New Zealand spin he puts on everything. And Wellington is just a marvelous place to watch airplanes from several viewpoints. And we have corresponded. Kevin was actually a guest on our show once. He was live. It was a nighttime stream, and I guess it was afternoon for him. It's American Flight 1765 going to San Luis Obispo in California. It's an Airbus A319. Just misses the cut for a musical salute. It's 23 years old. Born in October of the year 2000. Well, guess what we have coming in next? 777. Not a 777, but Flight 777 coming in from Las Vegas. It's an Airbus A321, don't you know? So we'll see that momentarily. Hey there, look what we've got over here. You can't see it yet, but I can see it. It's a noteworthy plane. It's our first tri-engine of the night. This is Flight 751 UPS. MD-11 going to its home base, Worldport of Louisville. And so are you ready, Uncle Plane Guy?
1997.
There you go. Now, that's a 20th century plane, but we've got to swing around here real quick so we can show you this. The lovely Piedmont livery that American Airlines has painted this aircraft in. I like that. It's got a stripe. How can you not like it? So sorry for that quick spin around. That's coming. That was Flight 777 coming in from Las Vegas, an Airbus A321. Let me get this camera turned around now so we can keep an eye on this tri-jet. Everybody loves the tri-jet. Anna the Dispatcher, celebrating 3 months of Runway DFW membership, our first tri-engine tonight. It's also my Tri-Jet 3-month membership milestone. Yay! Well, I join you in that yay. We're going to now show you 3 Tri-Jets in one shot. So there's 2. And here comes number 3. Exclusively on Runway DFW. And this is kind of, I think this is the path that this plane usually takes when it's headed over to the east side of DFW Airport for takeoff, which is, well, not our favorite thing to see, but at least we get a nice close look at it as it passes by. Just real quick now, here's another Dreamliner. This one's coming in from Los Angeles. 7878, American Flight 1540, just touching down from the City of Angels. And now we'll go back to Tri-Jet Watch. Because, as we say here, 3 engines are better than, or 3 engines are greater than 2. I don't know if they're better, but they're greater. That little Martin airplane.
1994.
That's a Cessna 208B Grand Caravan, which will be departing for Abilene, Texas. That's the one in the foreground. So this plane, I think, is going to have to pause here while it waits for the arrival of American Flight 81 from London. I'm going to do another spin around here. Touching down from London. That's a 777-300 ER. And a journey of 9 hours and 13 minutes from London. American has 4 flights between London and Dallas, Fort Worth every day. So yeah, I do believe this plane is going to be scooting over to the east side of the airport for takeoff. You see that United plane there in the foreground? That's fallen off the radar. I suspect that's going to San Francisco, but I don't know for sure because I can't remember from when it was on the radar, but we see that a lot here. Planes with a destination of the city adjacent to the bay often have to wait for takeoff to get in line for whatever slot is available there at SFO. So there, once again, looking east is the east tower of DFW Airport, and it is windy, also very hazy. We can't see the brilliant skyline of Dallas as we often can tonight. Okay, so that United plane we saw is indeed destined for San Francisco. It's flight 2005. Scheduled to leave at 7:55, so running a little more than a half hour behind on departure. Frustrating, I am sure, to any passengers who are counting on a connection. And we have a little bit of a salute for this one.
1998.
That's a plane that'll be celebrating its 26th anniversary in October. But it's painted in the current United color scheme. Seems kind of quiet down here. Our next arrival is American 2861 from Santa Ana, California. It's a 737-800, but it's still about 3 or 4 minutes out from here. Crooked Halo says, I'm a pilot and a mechanic, but I can't figure out why a thirsty MD-11 would taxi all the way to the east side to take off. Perhaps they'll actually get a quicker departure there. Well, there's really no impediments to departing on this side right now. The issue is more of the flow of traffic, because when the planes on the east side take off, they kind of can vector off to the east, and that's generally the direction of Louisville from here. Of course, it's to the northeast. But so it is lined up to take off, the MD-11 now, over on runway 17 right. Which I guess I've read they've partially opened 17 right. It has been, they've been rebuilding it for a while. So it looks like the MD-11 is rolling. We'll try now, using our high power lens technology, to show you it blasting off into the early evening sky. It is off. In fact, I saw the tail go by. And there it is. At a distance. Fab Fly Freddy says, I love how you multitask yourself, Walt. I should watch more often and start taking notes. LOL, I'm terrible in that department. Well, you get used to it, I guess. How's this camera going? This camera will be going out soon because that's our lowest quality camera. It's actually just a little USB camera that plugs into your computer when you want to do a chat or something. So it works until it gets dark. There is, I'm going to say, it's American Flight 1416. It is going to Houston Intercontinental Airport. It is a 737 MAX 8, of which we don't see too many here. I know American has a bunch of them, but they seem to mostly be used on, out of Miami, I think. We'll occasionally see an American MAX plane here. No, actually, I'm looking at the wrong side of the airport. Sorry. That's not a MAX. What am I talking about? I was looking at the screen. I'm looking at my. I had moved my flight radar over to the east side of the airport, and so that's what I was looking at. So no, this is, of course, it's an Airbus A321neo. It's American Flight 1430 going to San Francisco. So we've got two San Francisco-bound planes. I don't know if this one's going to have to wait along with the United plane or not. David Sheffield, channel member, says, just checking in. Looks soupy there. Stay cool. It is a bit, as I said before, while it's 89 degrees, the breeze is not insignificant, and that kind of cools you off. We got a wind chill going this evening here in North Texas. Texas Girl says, good evening, everyone. Hey, Walt, good to see you live again. Been busy at work. Well, I look forward to the next time you get a chance to pop out here. Always good to see you, Texas Girl. Thank you for being a member of the channel. Jimmy Churi says, hi, have you ever done a video on what equipment you run? Your setup seems really cool. I haven't done a specific video. There have been times when it's gotten a little boring here sometimes, and I've turned the cameras around on what we've got. Hello?
You know what are you doing?
Pardon?
You know what are you doing? What is this all about?
Oh, this is a YouTube channel. It's a live YouTube channel on Runway DFW.
Is it for the airport or is it your own channel?
It's for me, or for our viewers, I guess I should say.
How do you take those ADC conversations?
Pardon?
How are you getting those ADC conversations for you?
Getting what?
How are you getting those ADC recordings for you?
The power supplies?
No, the speaker seems to have the ADC conversations, right?
Oh, yeah, well, there's a scanner here which picks up the airport traffic. So anyway, you had a question about our setup here. Here's our switcher. So we use this to switch between the pictures. If I press that, it should switch to the other picture. There we go. So we got a bunch of pictures we can switch to here. Here's our audio mixer. And if we tilt up over here, there's the brains of the operation, the computer, which compiles all this stuff and puts your comments in. And there's the iPad where we play our musical jingles.
All the best.
So that is, in essence, our operation. We've got also got some battery power here. We've got a scanner, and we've got there on the corner of the table is our hotspot, which we use to send the signal out to you. And there's one more element, and that's this camera over here. which is taking that picture. And if we, which is it's just a it's a smartphone, really. It's a Pixel smartphone, which we use wirelessly to transmit the wide-angle picture to you. So there you go. Brightening up the evening is this yellow bird, flight 2456 from Los Angeles, an Airbus A320. As you can see, things getting darker here. Keeping an eye on these two MD-11s, which we hope we'll see at least one of them go out. Elis Flyer Chris, channel member and moderator, says, I call the breeze the air fryer effect. I guess that's one way to put it, but I you know, again, it doesn't really bug me that much. And Beaker and Honeydew notes that if you're interested in the equipment I use, please see the description on this YouTube stream. Yeah, I lay out most of the gear there. I don't use it all every time. I'm going to thank Jimmy Churi for a $5 super chat. Thank you very much for showing your equipment. That's so awesome. This American Airlines 737 coming in from Mexico City. It's flight 2351. And I had locked down my tripod so I wasn't panning.
American Flight 351, where do you pass? American Flight 351, hold short of runway 18 left at Golf 8.
Well, so is this our first Frontier aircraft of the evening? I believe it is. This one's going to Los Angeles, flight 3211, going to Los Angeles, an Airbus A320neo. With Mojave, the desert tortoise on its tail. I don't think we got a very good look at Mojave. Let me get a sip of my rapidly melting iced tea here.
3211, contact departure.
Contact departure, French flight 3211, thanks.
Yeah, not precisely iced tea anymore, but where'd that plane go? Well, I missed it, didn't I? Sorry about that, Chief. What do we have there? That was Flight 1681 arriving from El Paso, Texas, a 737-800. American Airlines, of course.
American 1681, crash tower, when it up at Gulf 8. Taxi vehicle to the right, just monitor the 28 traffic.
So we still have these two San Francisco-bound planes poised. Well, they're just waiting for clearance. We have a United plane, this one, and we have an American aircraft. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when you don't really lock down your tripod in a gusty breeze. Runway Collin County, we welcome you as a member of Runway DFW. Thank you, Runway Collin County. Much appreciated. Sebastian Moya says, can you see if you can get Air Canada on the channel, A220? I'll keep an eye out for it. Air Canada usually comes in on the east side. Occasionally we'll see it over here. You may hear in the background a plane revving up, and that's this one. Beautiful 757-200. It's going to Rockford, or Chicago Rockford International Airport. Be celebrating 30 years of service in July next month. Let's see what we can tell you about this aeroplane here. So according to airfleets.net, this plane was delivered to UPS in 1994. So cargo all the way. You see an emergency vehicle headed out of the fire station. I really like the 757. I like how it looks. Did I thank Jimmy Chury for this $5 super chat? Well, if I didn't, I'll do it again. Thank you very much for showing your equipment. Andy Lang, channel member, says, are you drinking plenty of water, Walt? Well, I'm drinking iced tea right now. Unsweetened iced tea. We'll see if we can get this plane to take off here on 18 left for us. Had somebody come up to me on my after my last broadcast, and he was saying, "Were you here to see the UPS planes take off? It took off like a rocket." And I'm assuming he meant the MD-11, but these 757s can be pretty zippy when they go up as well. There's one of our two remaining MDs hanging out over there.
DFW Airport, bring them out for the port confirmation, Bravo, turn out to the
Uncle Fling Guy states that it's Confused Donut's birthday tomorrow. Well, you know what that means. We have a birthday request. We like to play our official Runway DFW birthday music, and why not now? Alrighty then, so happy birthday to Confused Donut. Everybody who's celebrating a birthday today, yesterday, last weekend, tomorrow, this week. Birthday greetings from Runway DFW. as we approach the 9 o'clock hour here. And there's a thank you from Confused Donut. Afsan Ibitsam says hello. Hello to you, Afsan. And just for the record, those two San Francisco-bound planes are still waiting for the green light to light up for them. Gedimino V, or the fifth, says good morning from Lithuania. I do not recall another viewer checking in from Lithuania, so welcome to you. We have American Flight 1854 coming in from Las Vegas. It's an Airbus A321. I think I missed it, but the American Airlines flight going to San Francisco, 1430 Airbus A321neo, just took off, leaving the United plane still awaiting its turn. Our friend Beaker and Honeydew, who is not only a channel member of the quad jet variety, but also one of your great mods, celebrating 10 months of membership. Good night, everyone, and continue to enjoy Runway DFW After Dark. I didn't read that fast enough, did I? Amazing job tonight, Walt, and jet on over to hit that like button. Thank you so much, Beaker and Honeydew. Have a good evening. And we have Super Dave Fan. It's our newest subscriber. And Lorraine Jackson, our newest member. Lorraine, thank you so much. All right, the wind continues to pick up. We've got a flight coming in. Got a couple of regional flights coming in. First of which will be American Eagle 3917 from Oklahoma City. That will be followed by American Eagle 3889 from Monterrey, Mexico. Both of them Embraer 175 regional jets. Just a reminder that you're watching Runway DFW live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport on this June 4th, 2024. So if you've not been here before, thank you very much for your patronage here tonight. We'll be with you for at least another hour, maybe 2. So we'll see how it goes. There's that flight from Oklahoma City we talked about.
Flight 30, C24 DFW on my 1 left, minus away.
Have we seen anything going in and out of that plane? No, there's somebody manning the lift there. Anthony Guinan with a $5 super chat. He's a channel member, and he says, missed the last broadcast, no cell service hiking in the mountains. Well, we got to fix that. Well, why didn't you just bring your Elon Musk satellite dish with you, huh? Well, we're glad you're here with us on this evening. So here comes that plane in from, I believe it was Monterey, yes. Right behind it will be Frontier Flight 1770 from San Diego in California, Airbus A320neo. And upon its tail will be Wellington, the black-footed ferret. As there's yet another emergency vehicle going out. Profeta Messias says hello from Brazil. Well, thank you for checking us out. Very glad that you found us. Anna the dispatcher wants to know, when will you be out next, Walt? My husband flies for Envoy. He'll be flying in and out of DFW this week. Well, I haven't looked that far ahead. As I mentioned earlier in our broadcast, we've got some home repairs to get accomplished due to the recent storms we had here in North Texas. We've got to get our roof replaced and several other things taken care of. So I'm trying to get out here when I can, but I don't think I can be out here as regularly as I'd like to be until all this home improvement stuff gets taken care of. So I wish I could say when I'll be out here again, but I just do not know at this moment.
Frontier Flight 1770, Parker Echo Terminal. Frontier Flight 1770, taxi via Echo Alpha, hold short of runway 18 left. Echo Alpha, hold short of runway 18 left.
Going out there is American Eagle 3323 to Midland, Texas. Coming in now from Waco, Texas is American Eagle 3257, CRJ 701ER. Waco, as we point out quite often, is not a very distant target from DFW Airport. It's only been in flight for about 31 minutes, has this aircraft. Now coming into focus. Now coming into focus. Coming into focus now.
Tower Envoy 9881 and 180 right will be going to the Envoy Lincoln. Envoy 36.6, passing for the 90 minutes. 33.6 to departure. Pleasure, I'm on 3270. Envoy 9881, you through your tower. I copy partner in here. So 1 right, clear to land, go to 1014. 1 right, clear to land, Envoy 9881.
Brandon Sanson says, I'm here at the plaza with you. Well, hello to you, Brandon, wherever you may be. Mark McLeod says hello from Bell, California again. Glad you could find us. Rockin' Desert Rose. Yes, Rockin' Desert Rose says, hey there, everyone from Phoenix. So I punched that up and then I saw this plane coming in. I thought, well, I'll catch this plane coming in. That is, after all, what we're here to do. And the plane we speak of was American Flight 2078 from Sacramento, California. Airbus A321 arriving here after 2 hours and 51 minutes. Up there in the sky.
American Flight 78, Parking East. American Flight 78, taxi via Echo Alpha, hold short of runway 18 left. As a taxi, make sure that the gate is open, let me know.
Next to arrive, American Eagle 9881 from Fort Lauderdale in Florida. It's a Embraer 170.
American 1434, DFW tower, runway 18 left, line and wing.
Somebody was asking about Air Canada earlier. Flight 1071 from Montreal. An Airbus A220, is it? Yes. It's coming in over on the east side now. Shall we see if we can find it? This is the American Eagle 170, Embraer 170. I'll see if we can find that Air Canada flight in a minute. I don't know how well we can see it. All right, let me see here. Oh, I see it off in the distance. It's a small plane, of course, and it doesn't help that it's so far away.
American 1483, I got the land around my line, let's take off.
Everything up 20 left on that.
Runway 35 to return, runway 18 left line of the wing.
There it goes as we welcome American Flight 294 from San Antonio, Texas. That is an Airbus A319 from the year 2000. Afsan Ibitsam wonders, have you ever gone to Dubai before? No, I have not. You can go to Dubai from here on Emirates. They have a daily flight. But no, I've never been there. I have considered going to Korea to see my son by way. Now, the most direct, they have non-stop flights from here on Korean Air and on American Airlines to Seoul. But I thought, well, it'd be kind of cool to go like all around the world. And so if you change planes in Dubai or in Doha, you can do that. And if I went to Dubai, then while Emirates, I think flies its 777 aircraft from here to Dubai, but from there you can hop on an A380 to go the rest of the way. And I've never been on an A380, so I don't know. It's something to think about. Meanwhile, the passengers on this plane must be getting a little antsy. This is that United plane, which is destined for San Francisco. It's an Airbus A319. It was scheduled to depart at 7:55. So they are now an hour and a quarter, hour and 20 minutes beyond that. So that's no fun. Our hearts go out to you, passengers on that plane. And the crew, actually. They'd probably rather be flying around up in the air as well. Well, let's see here. We got American Eagle. It's American Eagle flight coming in from Amarillo, Texas. It's an Embraer 175. Coming up in the 10 o'clock hour, I believe we should be seeing the daily Qantas flight going out to Sydney. What you see there is American Flight 1659. It's an Airbus A321. This one is going to Phoenix, Arizona. Billy Horvath says, Sydney mentioned. I'm from Sydney. Well, we welcome you from Sydney. I got a very nice shout out the other day from our friends at Sit Squad. And so I encourage you to go visit Sit Squad if you haven't seen what they do. That was American Eagle Flight 3607 from El Paso in Texas. Here we are standing out at Founders Plaza. And yonder is an Airbus A300. It's going to Louisville. 20-year-old A300. And like that 757 we saw, this plane has been with UPS since it was delivered in the year 2003, according to airfleets.net. Joey Chan says, good evening, mods. And he includes me in that too. Thank you, Joey. Joey's a channel member. Thank you. I think the mods do come first, though. I see A-list flyer Chris in there, and I see Josh Aldrich in there, as far as mods go. Sebastian Moya, channel member, says, thank you so much for the Air Canada capture. It was not, it was pretty far off, as you could see. Can you film from the east side one day? And we have done that. We did that, it's probably going on a year now. To get a view of the east side, we went to the penthouse. So we arranged to have a penthouse view of the east side of the airport. So we had a night stream, and then we had a morning stream following that. Our penthouse was a hotel on the east side of the airport that has kind of a commanding view. And so, oh, it looks like United is getting ready to go off here. So anyway, why haven't I been back there? Well, it does cost money to go there. It's not a free place to hang out, but I thought it was worthwhile to give our viewers another unique view of things as we look at Turkish flight 192. It's going to Istanbul, a 787-9 Dreamliner. So anyway, the reason we haven't been back on the east side is because shortly after we did our broadcast, they closed down one of the 3 east side runways for repairs, and it's now partially reopened, but I think when it's fully reopened, we may give it another try for a penthouse view over on the east side, because it is a different world over there. For one thing, the hotel is right over the FedEx terminal. Now, FedEx hardly ever comes over to the west side. So we got to see a lot of FedEx. We got to see a lot of destinations that we don't normally see. Here's that A300 pulling out. Once again, this is going to Louisville. The UPS Worldport. Now you see in that shot, that United plane that we've been keeping our eye on, it looks like it's finally, well, at least it's moving. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere yet, but I'm sure the passengers are at least happy to know that they've made a little bit of progress. With that American plane in front of it, Airbus A321 Flight 621 to Salt Lake City. Looks like it is next to be tapped on the aluminum shoulder. Joey Chan says, good evening, everyone. Hello, Joey. Zilla B says, was recently delayed 4 hours into San Francisco for a closed runway, but at least we didn't have to wait in the plane. Yeah, that's kind of the yucky part of it. Remember, you're just with a $2 super chat. Where's the United jet going to? It is going to San Francisco, and as we've seen on many a time, San Francisco planes, bound planes, often get delayed for their takeoffs. Barbara P. Sterling says, ooh, I'm a stranger here. No, you are not. You are more than welcome. And as Patrick M. calls you, the Queen of the Skies. That's a pretty good name. And Barbara P. Sterling says, hello, Walt. Wellington told me you were live. Well, that's so nice of you to say. Wellington Flights Live, Kevin. I like to make sure people know when he's on the air as well. And I guess he's going to be on the air later tonight, so if you're going to be up late here in the U.S. or wherever you are around the world, check him out. Chris Johnson says, great job, Walt. Thank you. Oh, the UPS plane going out there. Well, that's the A300 going to Louisville. Well, let's see, we've got an American Airlines plane coming in from Phoenix, Arizona. It's like 439 arriving from Phoenix. And I'd like to thank Runway Collin County channel member for a $5 super chat. Thank you, Runway Collin County. Sam Jones 245 says the fog is coming. It does look a little misty, doesn't it? It's the air is thick tonight, I would say. Hey, look at that! It's the United plane going to San Francisco. It's finally getting off the mark here. After about an hour and a half of waiting, most of it here on the tarmac. So I'm very happy to see that. There was an American flight to San Francisco as well. It also had a ground stop, I guess you would call it, but it got to take off about 15 or 20 minutes before this one. And Josh Aldridge says, woohoo, hooray for United. Billy Horvath says, my English class is watching the stream right now. Everyone is having a great time. I guess I'd better watch my language. Now, we pride ourselves in having a very family-friendly broadcast here. Our mods are always on patrol for anything that might be disruptive. But yeah, I'm so glad you are here with us, class. How old is that? How old are? What grade? What is it? A elementary class? I don't know. Or an English class? Here's Skittles. Hey, Skittles. Howdy, 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 everyone. Very happy to be here, getting to share the love of aviation with everyone. Indeed. So did we specify where this A300 is going to? It's going to Ontario, California. That's UPS Flight 761. And there's another UPS flight which is about to go off to Louisville. It's over there somewhere, I think. Didn't take off. But it looks like this one is on its way. So this appears to be the one that's going to Louisville. So if I'm broadcasting to an English class, I should provide something educational. Well, Runway DFW Airport is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. That's educational. Here's another A300. This is flight 761 to Ontario, California. Oh, so that's where the confusion was. Yikes. It's blinding us with science. Frankly Flying says, hello, Walt. I'm here for the big planes and the fun chat. As we promised in our title to this. So I hope we're fulfilling the promise we made to you. There's us. Bailey Horvath says, got to run, gang. Class is over. See you all next time. Class dismissed. Points Traveler says, great views tonight, Walt. Where's your next trip? I don't have one planned yet. I don't have one planned yet. Christopher Speckman says, hey, Walt, the weather here in Texas has been a wee bit spicy these past few weeks. Time of year we don't let our guard down. That is very true. Kai, channel member and moderator, says, good evening, Walt. Hope you're well. Thank you. There in the background, you see American Flight 2659 arriving from Santa Ana, California, 737-800. And here's this A300 on its way to Ontario, California. And if I had the ability to relay the aroma that is hitting my nose right now, it's kind of a mixture of jet fuel and burning rubber from the landings. When the planes land, they scrape up a lot of the runway there with their tires, and when the wind is blowing just right, which it is now, we get that kind of acrid burning rubber smell, mixed with a very pleasant aroma of jet fuel. American Flight 1221 to Lubbock, Texas. It's an Airbus A320. And we should see, enter our view here momentarily, American Flight 2322, just about to touch down from Tampa, Florida. Well, I guess it's already touched down. A 737-800. Both of our remaining MD-11s have their cargo doors open. This is one of them. So cargo is being ingested there. Mary Extraordinaire says, I hate to say this, but I'd rather watch, I think what she means is Chat Stravaganza part so I can listen to the music. Well, don't forget, Mary, we have as a member of the channel, you can listen to our musical special that we put out last December, just for members. It's just got music and pictures. None of me yakking away. Douglas Serrano says, hope you got bug spray, Walt. Well, you know, the interesting thing is, when here goes the A300 getting ready to go off to Ontario. When I got here, I set up my table, and then I got my two tripod bags out of the car, and I put them on the picnic table next to me. And as soon as I put it down, I saw crawling around on my larger of the two tripod bags a brown recluse spider. Big, you know, it's like a little bigger than your thumb. It's a big spider. And I have a special inclination to be wary of brown recluse spiders because I got bit by one of those things about 15 years ago? Maybe more. Maybe 20 years ago? But I wound up in the hospital for almost a week. It was not a fun experience. So the brown recluse spider, unfortunately, I know spiders are good for the environment and all that, but I just hope they weren't breeding in my car. That's what I hope. John McLaughlin, I miss the days of Braniff and Texas International. Yeah, I do too. Randy Bucksbaum, channel member, says, hi everyone. And yes, I'm old enough to remember Braniff and to have traveled on Braniff.
Thank you.
Sarah R. says hello from the DFW Skylink, which we see in the background there. The Skylink is the train that goes between the terminals. This is an Embraer 175, I believe, yes. Coming in from the home of Walmart, Bentonville, Arkansas. Flight 3970, American Eagle. Steve Lundaby says, Walt, your stream is educational. Well, thank you, Steve. I think the education comes from our viewers. Patrick M. says, great night camera, Walt. I still expect there to be an offset smoker just out of frame on the behind-the-scenes camera. Well, I don't see too many people who smoke here. I don't know. I guess it does occur. But there's nobody in my immediate vicinity. We've got people sitting in their cars behind me. Here comes American flight number 80. This is a 777-300ER. It's going to London, Heathrow. Typically, this plane, or this flight, will vector over to the east side for takeoff. This is a, like I said, it's a 777. Cameron Yurchis with another super chat. Let's see if I can get to that here. Emery says, does anyone remember when American Eagle flew the Saab 340 from DFW to small airports in Texas? Oh, I remember that. I remember the last time I went to Corpus Christi with Mrs. Runway DFW. That was back in the prop days. I don't know if it was a Saab, though. Could have been an ATR. I don't remember. I wasn't paying that much attention. I just knew it was not a jet aircraft. Let's see here. I think we're going to see this plane take off from over here tonight. That's good. That is very good. So another wide body in our viewfinder here. So the late night flight out to London. This one will arrive. I guess it's probably a good time. You get on the plane, you have a little something to eat, you go to sleep, you wake up, you land at 12:45 at Heathrow. I guess that works out if you can get to sleep on the plane. It's a 10-year-old 777-300. Sarah R. says, did you catch the Qantas 100 Years livery yet in the lower ends of the D terminal? Well, we've seen it a number of times, and I look forward to seeing it again. We don't, of course, get the best view of it at night, but it will come up here to take off back to Sydney.
Tower, Frontier Flight 2632, inbound. Frontier 2632, Tower, wind is 15015, runway 18 to the line. Frontier Flight 2632, American 2262, our national land, runway 1811, for takeoff. Our national land, just takeoff,
Randy Bucksbaum says, when I was growing up, Eastern Airlines had a deal. You could fly to as many cities as you wanted for a month for $300 a person. The only condition, stop in Puerto Rico. That was cool in 1975. Of course, American famously had an unlimited ticket that it sold for a couple of years. And one of the most famous examples of someone who bought one, as we thank Molly for subscribing, Tom Joyner was a disc jockey in Dallas. He also had a radio show in Chicago, and he was called the Fly Jock because he'd have the morning show in Dallas, head out to the airport, get on his plane using his unlimited ticket, fly up to Chicago, do an afternoon drive time show, and then I guess after that fly back to Dallas. American eventually, I think, terminated everybody who had bought one of those tickets. I don't know if they bought them out or if they stopped honoring them. It didn't seem like it was very fair, but I don't know. Of course, it's hard to imagine any radio personality or TV personality getting on a plane to go to another city when they have, you can essentially do it from your study right now with an internet connection, but those are different days. We've got Frontier Flight 2632 coming in from Denver. It's an Airbus A321, and on its tail, we will see Powder the Polar Bear. So I say, let's get a look at Powder the Polar Bear. He's all aglow this evening. Casey Choliwa is our new subscriber. Thank you, Casey. And the JT24 is our newest subscriber. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Rohit Parkal says, I think I sold those unlimited tickets for $10,000 a pop. And I think he meant to say $100,000 a pop. Although the, yes, 100,000? Anybody want 200,000? I don't know. Yes, they were very expensive, especially considering that was a different time when the dollar was worth more. But for those who could afford it, wow, what a deal. There's a Airbus A319 going out to Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And incoming is American Flight 1408. It's coming in from the Big Easy of New Orleans. I've never seen that. Why is that plane flashing that light there? Doesn't seem right. Don't seem like the normal warning light. That is American Eagle 9881, number 170, with those red lights. It says here it's going to Abilene, Texas. As you see in the background there, an American Airlines A319 going to Sioux Falls. And that plane just going out of... The plane going out of frame there was a 1999 Airbus A319. We have some gifted memberships to thank. Let me see what we got here. Generation X-Wing is our donor. And I'm looking for the... Hang on there. I'm not seeing the donate. I see Generation X-Wing donated memberships, but let me see here. Oh, here we go. Generation X-Wing gifting 10 Runway DFW memberships. Thank you so much. That is a very generous donation. You see all of our new members checking in here. So here's this it's American Eagle plane with the, I don't know, it's got these flashing red lights which are not what we normally see. Maybe they flipped the wrong switch or something, I don't know. Maybe they just want to be noticed. That plane there,
1999.
the 1999 edition of a 737-800 going to McAllen, Texas. Now we do have, we lost it yet? No. This is that London-bound American Flight 80, a 777-300 ER. And while we were busy looking at that, look at this. One of our 2 remaining MD-11s is now spoken for. This is Flight 767, an MD-11 going to Louisville.
1992.
Celebrating its 32nd birthday this month. No, last month, I'm sorry. Here now is our transatlantic departure. And the dispatcher with a $5 super chat. That plane with the red light is American Eagle Envoy's newest plane. It just came to Dallas from the factory in Brazil today. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that information, Anna. And I guess maybe that explains why that light was flashing like that. I don't know. Does that signify a new plane when you've got that red light blasting like that? I do not know. Lorraine Jackson, channel member, says it's about 11 p.m. here. Time for me to call it a night. Good night, Walt, Mods, and DFW family until the next time. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you for supporting the channel, and we'll see you next time. So we'll watch this plane take off, and then we'll get a chance to get another look at a MD-11 trijet. And I believe we have Iberia and Qantas also soon to come. Randy says, has anyone flown into the D gates at DFW? And I can say that I have. When I went to Seoul, it's where my plane took off and came back from. That's where all the international flights come and go. The Tale of Distinction. Even though this is going to Louisville, it is on a pathway to take off on runway 18 left over here on the west side of the airport. May have to pause for the cause here as so do we have a plane coming in? Not at the moment. Aerospace Fan says the lights on that plane, that brand new Embraer, perfectly normal. Every plane you see taking off tonight had them, just not as bright. Well, that's the thing. Although I do notice that the lights, the marker lights on the Qantas Dreamliners also seem to be brighter than other planes of its type. And we may get a chance to check that out in person coming up in the next hour, I think. So here's our second MD-11 tri-jet of the night. The remaining one we have here, well, it looks like they just closed up the cargo door, so maybe we'll see that one go off too. Iberia Flight 6148 to Madrid, that's an Airbus A330-300, is now pushing back from Terminal D. So while our first MD-11 of the evening got ferried over to the east side for takeoff, this one we shall get to see take off in front of our eyes, more or less.
Frontier 3999 on up to B Park, runway 18 left, push takeoff. On up B Park, 18 left, push takeoff, flight 3999. Envoy 3351, New Pacific Tower, runway 18 left, on up and away. Envoy 18 left, envoy 3351. Okay, American 1458, I'm up two of them, so hopefully that's going to give you enough room to teardrop back on hotel now. The ground control on the east side is going to take city on you. They are going to let you go over the Yankee Bridge for spot 9, ground 0.65 on the top of the Yankee Bridge. Make sure that makes sense with all those taxiway closures. That's pretty hard to mark. Okay, well, Mr. we're in 180 on the hotel now, Yankee and ground 0.65 on top of the Yes, you're welcome.
We're just coming up on 10 o'clock here in the central time zone of the USA. You're watching Runway DFW After Dark, live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas on this Tuesday, June 4th, 2024. We should have some good action for you here in this, what I think will be in our final hour of tonight's extravaganza. Rebecca Lee says, thank you for a wonderful night of plane spotting. I have to call it. Look forward to the next time. Thank you, Rebecca. We will count on you being here for a future broadcast. Thank you.
switch 3 yard out to land, runway 18 left, switch takeoff.
I have to learn 185, click for the equipment line at 7772.
Taking 1859, this is runway 18 left, final point.
20 left, final point, taking 1859.
Runway 3351, departure, good night. Oh, it's 5, let's see if there's
Have nothing coming in here on the west side currently. But look at this. Our third and final MD-11 of the night is pushing back now from the UPS facility. Joey Memory is our newest subscriber. So now, let's see, we've got, okay, 2 tri-jets. With the one on the left moving into position to take off, it looks like. So there he goes. 2 pictures, 6 engines. Well, let's see if we can get a rocket takeoff here. Beth F says, Runway DFW, hey Walt, our friend Kevin at AVL probably had the best day of his life today at LAX. Sorry to say I didn't get to see really a lot of it. I was working at my regular job. I had it in the background for a short time, but, well, I'm so glad to hear it. That's a great location he's got there at Plane Spotter's Paradise there at LAX. I'm sure all of you are familiar with Kevin of Airline Videos Live, but if you're not, be sure to check him out for his next broadcast, which I think is tomorrow. So you may have seen when we were watching that plane go off, the Iberia A330-300. This is an 11-year-old plane headed back to Madrid. It's flight 6148. And just for the record, let's Let's see here.
1992.
That is a 31-year-old MD-11. Crooked Halo says, fun fact, MD-11 is a DC-10 modified with longer fuselage, longer wingspan, winglets, and more powerful engines. Those are just the major differences. And one of the other major differences is the cockpit crew shrunk from 3 to 2. Because when the DC-10 first came out, 3-person cockpit crews were the norm, with a pilot, a co-pilot, and a flight engineer. Super 80 Swiss Air says last MD-11 was built in 2000 or thereabouts. I do recall that we've seen at least 1 or 2 UPS planes that do not fall into our jingle category that were built in this century. So here goes Iberia back to Madrid. Kind of disappointed that we didn't get to see any 747s on this Tuesday evening.
Iberia 6148 heavy on that 2 spare, runway 1 left, clear to take off.
And our third MD-11 is on the move. We'll show it to you here in a moment. I was checking out Jet Tip to see if we have any Queens of the Skies headed our way or departing, and I didn't see any. At least not while I am here with you. So off to Madrid goes that airplane. And you see our remaining MD-11 headed off into the night there. Let's see, did we determine where this is going? This is going to Rockford, Chicago Rockford International Airport in Illinois. This plane is holding short as there's nothing coming in on my radar here. Beth F. Says, I've got some photos I took back from May 22nd, the evening I got to see Queen Yankee Tango of Lufthansa. She headed home to Frankfurt from Houston. I'll happily send them to you if you'd like. Sure, love to see your photos. We welcome your photos here. And your artwork. Your great artwork, Beth F. All the flights are arriving currently on the east side. Looks like we've got a flight coming in from Las Vegas, but it will be a few minutes before it gets here. And let's see, anything else going on over there? Not a lot going on, I must say. I see lit up on the radar. Well, no, I don't. Oh, yeah, there it is. Ketchup and Mustard DHL 767. Going to Cincinnati. Sometimes that plane lights up on the radar way before it goes out, so I don't know if we'll see it go out, and it usually travels over to the east side for takeoff, but it's always great to see that livery, that red and yellow ketchup and mustard livery. Well, let's give you some action while we're waiting for this to transpire here. Over here on runway 18 left is American Flight 577. It's going to Denver. It is an Airbus A321 on runway DFW on this Tuesday, June the 4th. Flights Aviation. I give a thumbs up to this comment. Flights Aviation channel member says, Runway DFW, you have such amazing mods, and I couldn't agree with you more. They are fantastic and terrific. You see some of them on other channels, on bigger channels than this, and I'm just so thankful that they have chosen to spend some of their time with us here at Runway DFW. Thanks again to our great mods. And yes, it is possible to, I mean, I do have some filters on our chat, some automated filters for things like profanity and whatnot, but you know, you can't really automate moderation, I don't think. So I don't think anybody can replace humans as far as that goes. Viajante Turistico says, here in Manaus, Amazonas doesn't land these big guys, yeah? Runway Collin County says, Runway DFW, how can I send things to you, Walt? Well, if you're talking about sending stuff through the mail, I don't really have I don't have a post office box or anything. And I'm, not that I don't trust you, but I'm hesitant to give out my postal address. I hope you would realize is obvious reasons. So there's not really a good way to send stuff to me at this time. But it's nice of you to offer. American Eagle 3655 off to Midland in Texas in Embraer 175. Wally Johansson with a $2 super chat. MD-11, 1991 to 2001. So just a 10-year stretch of it being built. Thank you for that super chat. Hassan Badr with a $5 super chat says, "Hey Walt, great live stream tonight. I'm back again, and could you please spotlight Envoy 3693 taking off to Bentonville? It's scheduled to leave around 10:40. Well, I'll tell you what, if we're here at 10:40, there probably won't be much else to see, so sure. But meanwhile, one of the stars of any broadcast is the Tri-Jet takeoff. And again, this is going to Chicago Rockford International Airport. But is it? It has not reached escape velocity, that's for sure.
Departure Envoy 3362 is 1.3 climbing via still south. Good evening, time, rank 1494. Rank 1494, good evening, wind 45015, go 20, runway right for the wind.
Well, Flight 753, bound for Chicago Rockford International Airport, is not taking off, at least not just yet. Thank you, Jay Campbell, for your subscription. I didn't hear anything on the plane radio. And that noise you hear is a 767 United Airlines, not United, UPS. Which is just firing up to the south of us. In fact, there it is now. So I don't know if the MD-11 is circling around or if it's going back to the hangar here. When we were here on Saturday evening, when there's normally no UPS cargo action, we did see one of the MD-11s that was parked here being what looked like an inspection. It was somebody on a lift just going around the plane looking at it. But this one is clearly coming back to home base here after a aborted attempt to leave for Chicago Rockford. Suspecting that we'll get an inspection of this 3-engined plane. I don't know how much of that we'll see, but there is literally nothing else going on here at the moment. Oh, we do have that flight from Las Vegas I told you about ready to come in. Johnny Dodge says, someone forgot the last pallet. Hurry, hurry. Viajante Turistico says, good morning, everyone. Breadstick, they forgot my package. Douglas Serrano, something's going on. MD-11 is going to get to parking, and there are, well, let's see, I think there's only one plane left here at the UPS terminal. So I don't know if that's like a reserve plane that they'll unpack this plane and put him on another plane. As far as the cargo pallets go, I don't know. Way back there we can't see them, or are they going to make a quick left turn here? Aha. So I can't tell, can you see if all the engines were firing? I couldn't really. I know engine number 2 is functional. That's the one on the tail. But again, if you're just tuning in, this plane went to take off. It started rolling slowly down runway 18 left and never picked up any steam. And then it just kind of angled back around and came back to its portal here. Here's the one remaining UPS plane. I don't know if it's spoken for or if they're going to press that into action, or perhaps if they can sort out whatever is bugging this plane.
UPS 793 Heavy turn. UPS 793 Heavy holding short 1 right. So be just about 30 seconds. I'll get back to you.
They can get this back in the air again, maybe. We don't know. Greg G says, hey from Santa Fe. Hello, Greg. Good to see you again. Greg was out here a few months ago saying hello. There's the 767 there on the left going to Louisville. And the MD-11 on your right, which is not going anywhere right now. It's supposed to have been going to Chicago Rockford International Airport. Patrick M with a little bit of trivia. Little known fact, UPS was founded in Seattle, Washington in 1907 as the U.S. American Messenger Company. And I'm old enough to remember when the brown, in fact, when I was growing up in Brooklyn, there was some kind of a UPS depot right across the street from us. We'd see those brown trucks coming in and out all day long. They didn't look much different from today's vehicles, except it did say United Parcel Service on the plane, on the trucks, which they subsequently shortened to UPS. I don't think United Parcel Services. They may still hold the trademark on that, but I don't think there's any references to that in its name anymore. It's just UPS. So let's wish this flight to the home base in Louisville a little better luck. So that's UPS flight 793 there on the left. So, let's see what we got there. Looks like the cockpit door is open. Let's zero in here, see what we can see. Yeah, the stairway has been deployed. So I guess this plane is not going anywhere. We'll see if they open the cargo bay doors, Hal. Finnair A350 fan, Dallas, Australia says hello. Hello to you. Carrie Lee says off to the maintenance garage if it's a no-go.
Thanks, 2709 to Larry.
But yes, we don't, you know, we here at Runway DFW have no idea what happened to that plane. Arriving from the city of Phoenix, Arizona, American Flight 1173 and Airbus A321. And you see taking off there, American Flight 2709 to Palm Springs in California.
Mango 173 Eastern West. 1173 Whiskey, Lima Crash, runway 185 in the Jackery.
Okay, Whiskey, Lima, Class 1 left, ground 25 outside American.
Thanks, 2709, departure, good night. Departure, 2709.
Guy Bowen speculating on a load shift. I guess that could be possible, but anything we say here is purely speculation. And there you see over on the right side of the screen, it's like some folks kind of walking around the outside of the plane. Robert Smith, channel member and moderator, says, "Good evening, Runway DFW family." Hello to you, Robert. So we're looking, see if we can look at the rear of the plane here. There are some stairs there. I don't know if that's going up to the plane or if that's just in the background, but there are definitely people walking around, taking a look. And again, if you're just joining us, this plane was had started its takeoff to Chicago Rockford International Airport and just never quite got up to speed. It just kind of slowly went down the runway and then finally made a right turn and came back here. We are waiting on Qantas Flight 8 back to Sydney, Australia, and it has now pushed back from Terminal D. So that may be our last flight of the eve. It's not yet in our sights, but we'll take a look at that when we can. It does have the Qantas 100th anniversary livery, which again we can't see too very clearly here in the dark of night, but it's a fun livery to see. So stick around for that if you can. Here on Runway DFW After Dark. I see some activity going down the stairs there. Hassan Badr says, hey Walt, just got word that the Envoy flight I told you to spotlight, the takeoff will be leaving on the east side, so if you could capture that taxi, that would be cool. Well, let's see, that plane was going to Bentonville in Arkansas, was it not? Ah, I see it on the radar.
I'm going to leave you there, only because that push is just starting to come out, and they're starting to shut us down on weather routes, so I'm trying to get as many people out here before they shut me down. Don't worry, I'll make this happen. Thank you very much. American 1012, DFW RNF to land, runway 18 left, clear for takeoff. RNF to land, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1012.
Got American Flight 1012 to Monterrey, Mexico, and Airbus A319 getting ready to depart. Why, there it is now.
Runway 3322, DFW Tower, runway 18 left, line of Boyd, traffic crossing downfield. Line of Boyd, runway 18 left, Envoy 3322.
Wind is really picking up. There is the Qantas flight. We'll go back and look at that in just a second. Is that right there? It's pretty far out yet, but you can just barely make, if you've got a big enough screen, you just barely make out the 100 painted near the nose. Hassan wants to know if I can show that plane taxiing. Well, let me see if I can pull it out of the shadows here. plane that Hassan wants to see is somewhere over there by Terminal B. It's moving, so it could be that one. It's really kind of a guessing game here at night.
AVEX 102 Heavy DFW Tower, Yankee Cross, runway 18 right, hold short of runway 18 left. And Yankee Cross, runway 18 right, hold short of 18 left on Yankee AVEX 102.
But this could be it. Channel member and moderator Pittsburgh Don 77 says, I've seen that Qantas before. Yeah, we've had it here on the channel a few times. Mark Pell says the pilots walked off the UPS 7011 5 minutes after parking night over for this aircraft. So, yep. It ain't going anywhere. So I'm assuming that this is the aircraft we are interested in here. Well, one of these two. I believe it's this one. Sorry about the uncertainty, but just hard to tell. Now, if it were a Spirit Airlines plane in a sea of American Eagle jets, then that would be one thing. But yeah, I think based upon the radar, I think this is the one that Hassan was interested in seeing. And indeed, it is going over to the east side of the airfield for its next assignment. I read recently that Walmart, which is headquartered in Bentonville, Arkansas, where this plane is going, has recalled some of its, or it's kind of consolidating some of its offices. Is saying people in their Dallas office, a lot of them are saying, you know, you're going to come back to headquarters here in Bentonville, Arkansas. Have to wonder how that would go over. It almost sounds like they've still got these engines going, if I'm hearing it right. Here comes Qantas Flight 8, headed to Sydney. And you can kind of get a little better view of the 100th anniversary logo. And on the fuselage, yeah, they're definitely doing some engine testing over there. On the fuselage behind the wing are the various logos that Qantas has had over the years. Again, you're not going to be able to see too much of it. Maybe be able to get a little better view when it turns around. But do you see what I mean about how the Qantas marker lights seem to be redder and brighter than most of the other planes we see? Wind is blowing me off course here. About as good a look as we'll get. Safe travels back to Sydney. We have a new subscriber, Darren Plainsworld. Thank you, Darren Plainsworld. Seem to have now shut down the engine over here, or the engines. I haven't seen them remove any cargo yet. Maybe they still hope to get things ship shape before too long. Beth F says, going to head off for tonight. Good night, Walt. Be sure to check your email for the next show. I will do that indeed. Thank you, Beth F, for your support of the channel. And Rob H says that Qantas 787 hard to beat. She's a beauty. Rob H says the pilots are back on the plane and closed the door, so I think they're going for a second attempt. Is that right? Let's see, it looks like the front door's still open. Am I right? Hard to tell from this angle. Let's get a little closer look here. Well, there is a door open there, but it does sound like as though they were revving up the engines to see what was going on. So Ronald Smith, a channel member, says another outstanding show. Well, thank you. Cloudy Sayers, channel member, says bye Qantas 100th delivery. She's got a 15-hour flight ahead. Hooey. And Patrick M, channel member, with another fun fact: the wingtips on that 787 can flex in both directions 9 to 15 feet under normal loads and 25 feet at the tip under extreme loads before any structural damage can happen. Well, I guess looking out the window, and I've never been on a Dreamliner, but I would hope to never see it flex 25 feet. That would seem to be... I'd get a little woozy if I saw that out the window. Well, let's have one more arrival here, shall we? It's we have, for your edification, a Spirit Airbus A320neo coming in from San Jose.
Switching on 135, again.
Didn't see it because I didn't press the button. So, how's that for a finale, huh? Well, there it is. Too many cameras, not enough hands. Not enough eyes. as we say farewell to American Flight 3480 going off to San Angelo, Texas, as American Eagle Flight 3480. All right, well, we've had some fun here tonight. Saw some things. No 747s, unfortunately, but we did see 2 MD-11s go up in the sky and 1 not so much. That's what we're looking at here. But better luck next time for this plane. I hope everything's okay. There was nobody got hurt. Just some packages are going to be just a little bit late. So Rob H agreeing that the door opened back up after the engine restart. So not for sure now. Going through some troubleshooting steps, I guess. I guess that's probably an accurate assessment. Well, let us see. We've got here some business to attend to here. So what better to do that with than to play some music? That's what I was looking for. I'd like to thank Runway DFW channel sponsor James Webb for his great support of the channel. Thank you, James, as always. Also, thanks go out to Airline Videos Live and Kevin for letting us use his power supply. It will be all charged up for your next visit to the big airport here, Kevin. And as always, a tremendous thanks to our friends at the Runway DFW Moderation Federation, hanging out with us here through the night, making sure you have a very pleasant viewing experience. We'll see you again soon on Runway DFW.
Travel arrangements for overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
Well, it's time once again for, you know what it's time for? Well, it is time for Chat Stravaganza, but you know what I didn't do tonight? I didn't put up our thanks to all of our to all of our members, our channel members. I kept thinking I should do that, and then I forgot to do it. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to put that up here. Hang on. You can still chat. I'll still put on the music, but I've got to put on this thank you crawl here. So as we watch that Delta plane come in, let's say thank you once again to Runway DFW channel sponsor James Webb, top of the list here as far as our members. He's also a member too, but we give him this little special place of honor on our list. Also, coming up right behind that will be our Quad Jet channel members, who I like to call out individually whenever I can, because they put out an extra special effort every month to make sure this channel keeps going strong. So this is our list as of 3 p.m. this afternoon. If you're a new member, we had a lot of new members today, you won't see your name on the list until next time. So that out of the way, let us give thanks to A-List Flyer Chris, to Beaker and Honeydew, to Beve, to Cubs Win, Dayton Sorrell, Deborah Klein, Dimitri H, Dwayne C, James Webb, Josh Aldrich, Kai, Kansas Ave Geek, Landis McGowie, Lori M, Michael Schwarzkopf, Michelle R.S., Pete Nordine, Raina Taylor, S35 Bonanza Pilot, Sarah Deal, the real deal, Skittles, Steve Lundaby, Will Hutchison, and those are our Quad Jet Channel members. Now, as I pack up here, you will see the names of our remaining members in the Tri-Jet and what is that other one called? The Dual Jet? No. The Twin Jet category, yes. So here come the Tri-Jets. And we're going to play the music, and we'll be back with you again soon on Runway DFW. Thank you for watching. I apologize for that superfluous music there. Our soundboard started going crazy, so here we get back to normal here.
More jingles all the time.
142, hello. 2198, runway 11 left, go.
All your favorite hits.
Well, I don't know if you can see it out there, but that MD-11 that we saw have an aborted takeoff. I've only got my dinky little webcam left. I don't have any real cameras left, but it has pulled back and it's apparently going to take off. So all you naysayers who thought that was it for that plane, it's going out, and there you can kind of see it in the shadows. Again, this is not our regular camera, so we just can prove that it's there by silhouette. So anyway, I'd like to thank whoever among you were the ones to put us over the 500 like category tonight. That's a good milestone to have. Thank you for that. Thanks to our most loyal of viewers who stuck with us through these last few minutes of our chat extravaganza. And again, I don't know when our next appearance will be, but it should be sometime later this week. I hope you can be with us for that. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you soon. Happy contrails to you until we meet again on Runway DFW.